So, hello viewers, I am Surbhi from Landmark Immigration, and today we have Mr. Roshan with us from Pacific Link College, and he'll be solving all your queries. If you have any doubts, you can put your queries in the chat box so we can try our best to solve all your queries. So, hi Roshan.
Hi, good
So
afternoon,
today
Surabhi.
So we have come up with these live sessions because it is not possible for our students to reach to the university or college or to us to fulfill their dreams or to solve their queries. So it was very important to come up with something like this to reach to them by ourselves, to make their dreams fulfill and to guide them the best course they can apply for. So today, viewers, we are here to guide you to the best we can. So, Roshan, can you please brief us a little bit more about Pacific Link College?
Pacific Link College is a college in Vancouver. We are a private college. I mentioned this very careful. But then we have pathway programs so that a student would be by transferring would be qualifying for 3 years of work permit. Okay, so that's very important. Wherein we tell upfront. We are a college based out in Vancouver. To be precise, two campuses: one in Surrey, one in Burnaby. Anybody, any of the campuses you can select for. Both of the campuses are equally good. And the coming to the courses, we have 5 courses available. Digital media studies. Again, one course would be having two. One is a advanced diploma and a PG diploma. For students, 10 plus students can go for advanced diploma in digital media studies, and the PG students go for PG. But however, however said and done, all the programs come with a co-op program itself, because we don't want to make students just to study for the sake of it. Because it's very important at this point of time to understand कि you are studying for a job or you are studying for a research. If you're going for a research, then go for a university. If you're going for a job, then go for a diploma program, which will equip you to. So all the students who are passing out from a college are never a fresher.
Yes.
Today, yesterday, today, or tomorrow, whatever courses we are opening, it would be only co-op programs only, and not just a program which will fetch you a SW1 visa, work permit visa, wherein you will be working in the second year, and we are giving you the. So I just want to clear one doubt, that many of the colleges would be telling that we have a co-op, okay, but then just you need to see whether they are giving a S1 visa or a SW1 visa, because by default, if you have a S1 visa, you are qualifying for 4 hours of part-time job. So now that would be a part-time co-op. Okay, now what we are talking is not a part-time co-op. Okay, it is a full-time job which you will be getting. So it's a full-time co-op of 8 hours and not as a part-time. Because if we have to do that, then upfront when we are giving a LOA, we have to mention this on our LOA, that we are giving you a co-op and what is the number of co-ops which will be provided by our college. So this would be mentioned in the document which we'll be giving you, and based on that only you'll be getting a S1 or a SW1. So that's very advantage what you'll be getting. Okay, one more advantage I'll be letting you know as to how exactly we are different from the other colleges. Other colleges, you will be, as I told you, you'll be getting S1 visa. You're permitted to do part time, but then you cannot do part time, because I'll tell you why. Because it's a typical Monday to Friday college. You go at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock to 2, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So by default, you are there in the campus from 9 o'clock, say till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. By the time you come home, it will be 6:30, 7 o'clock. You have to cook your own food, 8 o'clock, and then you have a lot of assignments to do. Till 12:30, 1 o'clock, you'll be engrossed in things. So imagine you're doing from Monday to Friday. This Saturday, Sunday, you're exhausted. So practically, even though your visa will allow you to do part-time job, you cannot do part-time. We understood this problem, and that's the reason we are a two-day college. You have flexibility in choosing. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday. So student can opt one of the days. Imagine if you're working from Monday to Friday, you come on Saturday, Sunday. So practically all my students are working, doing their part-time job. So roughly, because in British Columbia, 13.85, that is $14 is what any of the students will be earning. So roughly around 60-70,000 per month, any of my students do. Okay. At the same time, they're not exhausted. At the same time, they're doing their full-time studies also, and the part-time. So we have sorted one of the major problems which any of the students would be facing during this time. And we urge students to do part-time job because that will help you to get into the groove of Canadian work culture. So when you're doing your internship in the second year with the full time, you will be much more easier for you to get into the work culture. So a part-time job and then a full-time job. Imagine the kind of experience you will be having in getting into the work culture or workforce as soon as possible. So it's not rocket science. Anybody would be wanting to employ you at this point of time. It is only because that you are bringing something to the table. You are bringing the skill sets, and not only theoretical skill sets, your practical skill sets are bringing to the table, which makes any of the employer go for it. So imagine if I'm talking about digital media, if you have a hands-on experience of 1 year, I'll tell you, you would not. You'll be a freelancer and working on your own, earning a lot of money. Again, as I told you, it depends. So you'll be working. Any of the employer would be willing to take. Again, there is a major change in the work culture of India as well as Canada. In Canada, we talk about monthly salaries. They talk about hourly. So they'll ask per hour kitna milta hai. Why? Because they value the skill sets, okay, not the degrees and diplomas. So again, in India, so still they will be like masters mil raha hai, bachelors mil raha hai. In Canada, it is diplomas. And I don't want to take out the myth from you. uh, you go to Canada, then you'll understand how much a diploma can give you the job. And because there it is a value of work. So diplomas are equivalent to any of them to fetch you a job. So many of the students, so but then we have a possibility that you can go for bachelor's by Trinity Western or a master's or an MBA in Trinity Western. That is always there for you. But then most of our students don't end up doing that. They end up getting the job and then they're happy. Because I always urge students, if you want to do a master's, you need to have at least 4 5 years of experience to get into the master's, to understand the capacities. Okay. If you're doing MBA also, you need to understand the work culture and the work experience. But then again, however said and done, Indians don't, we are brought up in such a way that we don't understand. We are very, very fascinated with the degrees and diploma, degrees, master's
Exactly.
degrees, bachelors. So I don't want to take out the myth. Once you go land up in Canada, you'll understand that this is not the case. Again, it is country to country. You are going to Canada, not India, right? If you are in India still, because if you don't have, you are a diploma, people look down on you. Oh, you only have a diploma. You should have done a degree or a master's or like that. But in Canada, it is different. So that's major change what we feel. Surabhi, are there, okay, before anybody asks that question, we have a Dulungo. So Dulungo tests are acceptable and you can apply. However, offer letters based on your, we give you based on your previous year, even though if you don't have a final year marks card, still it is okay for us. We can give you based on your, even IELTS is, if you don't have IELTS, still we can give you a conditional offer letter. And then once you finish your IELTS, you can give, so we are giving you offer letters. And one more thing, any of the colleges, public colleges, they do their own tantrums to give you the offer letters. Pacific Link College is not like that. So if you give us the application form along with the 4 documents which are required, you'll be getting the offer letter tonight itself. Okay, this have we have been doing day in day out, giving the doling the offer letters on the same day. Uh, and mind you, my Canadian office opens at around 9:30 in the night, which is the Canadian time. So by 12:30, 1 o'clock, all the offer letters are doled out and would be there in your inbox or the consultant's inbox. So if you have to test the sincerity of a college, test us with the offer letter. Okay, we will not let you down. So it will be a day's time or maximum tonight or tomorrow night. That's how it is. Okay, so we give offer letters very quickly because we understand student would require offer letters at, because that is a confidence builder for them, right? So that also is been sorted out. So we are a very thinking college. Not a very very big college, but then yes, we are a very very proactive college in understanding what are the plug points, what are the pain points any of the students would undergo, and we try to solve it as, so as like 2 day college, SW visa, giving a full time internship, okay, going for a pathway to a Trinity Western wherein you get both the flavors, private. So we have done everything per se to see the entire ecosystem. We don't think that the student is doing the student course for the heck of it. He is doing to get a job, and it is our moral responsibility that we equip him not only theoretical but practical, hands-on with the work culture, and then he is ready to be absorbed. Because at this point of time, jobs are very critical. You say or don't say, anybody for that matter, your father, your brothers, everybody is scared about jobs. They don't know whether they are going to retain the job or they are going to get half the salary, is 30% and other stuff. I'm going to get into this because this is again a pain point in the after 1 year, 2 years, or when you're finishing the program. So you should understand now itself there is a logic for you to get a course. Digital media studies, why we are promoting, because the entire for the next 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, digital would be the way forward. So we would not have any problems in placing you for digital media studies, and that's the course. So now that you were very very bent upon, no, we have to do an MBA, we have to do this program and that program. Yes, the world has changed. You're wearing a mask. Earlier, we are not wearing a mask when you were going out, right? You are maintaining social distancing. So there are many things which you were not doing. So likewise, the choice of your course also has changed because the world has changed. Okay, so many of them. So earlier we did not have a Facebook Live. We used to directly go to the consultant and then do it, right? It has changed. So once many things have changed, your job also has changed. Okay, so you need to understand this. The advertisement on YouTube, which was one, now there are two or three advertisements which you are seeing on YouTube. You need to do a skip. Some of them there is no skip also. You need to see the entire 18 seconds or 20 seconds. So why is an advertiser putting money in the YouTube rather than a TV? Because they know all the youngsters, all the people are on the Facebooks or on the YouTubes, and that's the reason. So even the marketers have changed. So you should understand, even the marketers, who the people who are employing you has changed. So you also should change and be little flexible with the choice of course. However passionate you are with many of the you have thought, now you should understand that digital media is the way forward, and any of the students who are doing a course in digital media will help you fetch a job. You will not be like, oh, I don't have a job. You can open your own Facebook page and do money. So there is, the world is no end for any of the digital media guys for that matter. However, however said and done, the other sectors also will be doing, but they're not as great as digital media. Hospitality will be opening with the new norms and new cultures. Okay. Again, as I told you, see, Canada, the population is very less, 3.6. And now because of Corona, people would be migrating and other stuff. So after 6 months or 1 year, when you are employable, because once you go for the course, you finish the course, that would be the time wherein Canada would require people in a big way. So a week before, the immigration officer, minister from Canada came out and told we would require people for immigration in a big way. So that's a confidence builder for you guys, that only not only digital media, hospitality in a big way, or for that matter, IT also. So these are the program, and childcare. So these wherein, because people who are already working may have migrated back, don't know whether they're coming back or not. So you are the most preferred one, and this is a good time to apply for a visa, because since not many people are, they are little averse to apply for a visa. So anybody who's any, we presume that the visa officer would be lenient to give you a visa at this point in time. So, maybe any questions are there, or I would give more information about
No,
our,
no, we do have many questions coming up. And
please.
like you said, change is needed. We are changing, you also change, viewers, and you should come up online. You should start your process so you don't get a gap between your studies. As soon
Well,
as this COVID situation goes, and it will go, you have to be optimistic, you have to be positive about this pandemic, that it will go one day, and then you have to go out, and then you have to go study physically. And till the time, if not physically, Roshan, I have a question. Are you also providing us students with the online classes?
yes, we are providing the students with the online classes, and as you are aware, Canadian government has already told that you can do 6 months in India itself. So we are already available. Again, if the student does not have a visa, also for that matter, and he wants to get into the class and get the experience, we also provide that. So it need not that the student has to be is cleared with, and then so we provide any of them who are interested for digital media studies now here in India itself, with a meager payment of just $500. You can get into the class, and then, mind you, these are live classes, not the recorded classes. So 8 o'clock of Indian time, 8 o'clock to 10:30 is the time wherein we have live classes. You can ask questions to the faculties and other stuff. So the learning would be different. I would like to tell all the viewers one thing. Okay, Warren Buffett became rich because during the Great Depression in America, he was the one to buy all the stocks. Likewise, this is a good opportunity for all the students who want to go to Canada, because many people would be averse at this point of time. The brave will fetch more rewards. So at this point of time, anybody applying for the visa, because the visa officer is more lenient at this point of time, very good time to apply for a visa. So people don't think that, oh, what will happen. The one who is brave enough will fetch more rewards. Okay, so take the application as soon as possible, process your file, and once the embassy is opening, just put the file. Fair chances, I'll tell you, not because only of the corona, because as I told you, the China and Canada tie-ups have strained. So 1.7 lakh students last year had gone to from China to Canada. This year they would not. So those students, Canada is looking out for India for to fill the gap of 1.7 lakhs. So that's again one more advantage for you to file the case at this point of time. That is because that's our perception, and there's a fair logic for a perception that you would be getting your visas, even though it's
Logical
the
one.
okay file also okay file, because Landmark knows how to make the okay file the strong files. So they have a very
Yes,
one
for sure.
point I would want from my experience. Landmark has a very strong visa filing, and I have seen that. So any of the files, they know how to put to make the file look beautiful and good and
Thank you
strong.
so much for the
So please
appreciation.
apply through Landmark, and they will not let you down. Okay. Yes.
Thank you
Any
so
other
much for your support.
questions are there, Surabhi, which
Yes,
you can
yes,
see?
we do. We do have many questions coming up, and I hope we'll try to solve all of them. First, we have five. Simran Dhaliwal is asking, can you accept 5.5 in two modules or files after
Yes,
12?
yes, Simran. If you had asked me 3 months before, I would have told no, because even the colleges as well as the consultants were averse for two 5.5s. Okay, because the visa rejections were a little higher. To be very frank, I'll be very frank with you. But then now, because of the corona, we feel that there's a fair chance. So because the overall it should be 6 and not less than 5.5. So this was the criteria. This is the eligibility criteria. And since anybody is eligible, we feel that the embassy would be lenient at this point of time. So this is a fair chance that you can apply for, and we don't have any problems to give you the offer letter. Okay, I can give you the offer letter for two modules of 5.5. Again, as I told you, after 3 months after this corona, pre-corona, we would have told no, because there is no fun wherein we know that the visa is going to reject and still give you the offer letter, right? So because if we feel that the case is not strong enough, then it is a pain for you, it's a pain for us, that we get the rejection, because we don't find it funny to give you the offer letter just for the sake of it. But then now that we know that, based on our presumptions, that you have a fair chance of getting a visa, so we will be giving you the offer letter. Next question, please.
So Simran, all I can say 5.5 in two modules, and sir is providing you with the offer letter. You should come up to us. We have a whole team available for you for the visa application as well, and we will try to our 100 to just get you a positive response in your visa. So you can drop your documents to the email ID mentioned in the bottom. And next we have is from Harpreet. She has completed her 12th in 2018 arts with 69%, and overall band score is 6 and 5.5 band score in two modules. Is she eligible, and what course is there for her?
You are very much eligible, Harpreet. Two programs are available for you. One is business hospitality, which is a natural progression, and the second thing is, as I told you, digital media. Because not many people think digital media is good for us, but then, as I told you, there's a logic that you are good for SEO content writing. And mind you, the other digital media guys are paid less than the per hour for the SEO content writers, because content writing is very necessary for any of the websites for the matter. And for that matter, as I told you, digital side, there are a lot of content, there are a lot of blogs to be written, because all are linked, and that's how your traffic increases. So you are actually the most important person in the digital chain. So I would urge you to look for digital media in a big way. What are the subjects taught? Again, these are simple subjects. These are not technical, because generally any of the art students are little scared. Oh, is a technical digital media any? thoda sa, it is not. Okay, you are on Facebook now, you are typing on this one, that means that. So you can go to our plvan.com and see the syllabus. The syllabus of the digital media is given, how to do digital media marketing, advertising, digital advertising. So everything with the flavor of digital is what is being taught to you. It is not technical at all. Okay, so any of the art students can comfortably do digital media program. Okay, because I know that many of them, whenever I interact with, also they are a little scared for digital media. Please don't get scared. See the syllabus. If you are not scared of Facebook, you're not scared of LinkedIn for that matter, or Instagram. This is what it is. So now you are doing for free of cost. Now somebody is going to pay for you. Okay, that's all I can say. Very very simple to assimilate or to consume. The courses are very very easy to consume, so don't worry about it. You can go for it. You're eligible, your marks is good enough, your score is good enough for us to give you an offer letter. If you can give me, we require four things. I'll just tell you. One is Pacific Link College application, your passport copy, your marks card, and your IELTS score. Four things are required for us to give you the offer letter. Okay, yes, next question please.
So next we have is from Ridesh, and he's asking about the band score requirement after graduation.
Okay, we are little a strange college, because I have seen many of the college, they have a different requirement plus two, and different requirement for graduation. See, again, we do this because we look out from a visa perspective. We don't look from a college perspective. Okay, college anyways is okay for us, but then from a visa perspective, we feel that there is no discretion from the visa officer for this. That's the reason overall 6, not less than 5.5, is for 10 plus 2 as well as for graduation. So since the day we feel that no, for there is a discretion, then we will also do the discretion. Currently we don't find any discretion between these two, and that's the reason for plus 2 as well as for graduation, the band requirement is the same. Okay, if we also accept PTE score, but then again, you understand that the Canada is not very very comfortable with your PTE. Okay, so there's a reason many of the students will tell 51 52 PTE is equivalent to your overall 6, but then when you apply for a PTE, we would require at least 5960 itself, which is 6.57. Because PTU, again we do this for your visa success ratio, not for the college perspective. Okay, so we have felt that if there is somebody with a PTE score, then 5960 have a good chance of getting a visa, because as such you are aware, SDS, then PTE is not accepted, right? So so if it is a PTE, then at least 5960 is required. For IELTS, we are comfortable with overall 6, not less than 5.5, any modules. Okay, yes, next question please.
Okay, thank you so much. So Ridesh, I guess your question is clear now. Then we have a question from Sunny. He's asking Punjab Open Board or distance education is acceptable?
Yes, it is acceptable. Because Canada is a different country altogether, so they accept. So we don't have an issue, and that has no repercussion or any impact on your visa getting or not getting. So we are okay with the open board. So Sunny, you can apply today itself. We will be happy to help. Gap acceptable. Somebody, I saw the next question. Gap acceptable, I guess.
Yes, even I can see. From
Okay.
Kamini, we have a question that is gap acceptable?
Kamini, gap is like early in the morning, you get up, you see, oh, what a nice morning. You have your breakfast, you sleep. Afternoon, you get up, oh, it's a nice afternoon. You have your lunch and you sleep. And then in the evening, you get up. And then, so if, in the sense, I mean to say, if you're not doing anything, is considered as a gap from a Canadian perspective. Okay. If you are studying or if you're doing studies, then it is not a gap. And in fact, if you are applying for a SW visa like ours, wherein we would be happy if you have a gap, in the sense if you have a work experience, then we are happy, because when we are placing you for the internship, it is easier for us, because when you have a work experience, it counts and it's very easier. When you speak, experienced guy and a fresher guy, the way they speak is different. Okay, there's a little certain level of professional maturity when you work. Okay, so we are happy with the gap to be very very frank, because you have a work experience in India, and that helps us to place you in Canada. Okay, so but then if you're not doing anything for 3 years, it's not, in the sense only once 1 year is acceptable when you're not doing anything. If you are doing a studies or a work, then it is not a gap. But then again, as I told you, your work should be correlating to the the studies what you have done and the job what you are applying for. But then the good thing about digital media is because digital media has its arms across the sectors, and there's the reason any of the sector you are talking, it shows as a natural progression. So that's one advantage, because other programs what you're taking should have a progression for that, whereas digital media that's really give you to play around with many of the other sectors. So that's one advantage. Because I'll give you one trivia: 60% of the visas are rejected because the courses what you select are not related to the studies what you have done. Okay, so now because digital media will help you to wash your sins. So any of the programs, most of the programs have a natural progression to digital media. As I told you, when BA student has a natural progression to digital media because of the SEO content writing. However, in the you need to make a strong case when you are writing your SOP as to what exactly is the link and why you're going to go for the program. But then that is not a big headache, because that's how it is. Okay, so Kamini, I have answered your question. So we are happy with the gap. Next question,
So
please.
we have, I guess, answered most of the questions. And
Okay.
apologies if some are left. Last week, I can see last comment is from Harpreet. That's a very nice comment. That okay, sir, thank you very much for giving long information about digital media program. And I will definitely apply offer for your college and from Landmark Immigration. Good vibes. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
thank
Harpreet.
you. Thank you,
Thank you so
Harpreet.
much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, sir. Even I felt that almost all my doubts are clear now.
Okay,
And
that's
so,
nice.
Harpreet, you can reach to us so we can reach to sir and we can start with your application. And to
Okay, thank you.
all our viewers, thank you for your valuable time and
Thank you,
thank you for
Surabhi, and thank you,
sharing.
Landmark. Thank you, Jasmeet, for giving us this opportunity to clear all the doubts of the students and showcase our courses to the students who are not there, and what exactly is the differentiator of Pacific Link College than the other colleges. I hope I have cleared all your doubts. If there are any, then you can always reach to Landmark to reach to us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.